Hugo brought us some wheels and tires for his car today. Also in the back of his truck, he had a brand new hood painted in matte black. Now this will suit his new air filter much better. Apart from that, we are going to try and see if we can finish off the revival of his Dodge Challenger today. Hello everybody and welcome back to my garage revivals. Alright, so we just picked up Hugo's car from the paint booth and I'm about to show you guys the color he chose for it. There it is. So it's a beautiful red color and this is actually done very nicely. Now they have managed to paint the whole car without painting the engine, so that is very good. And also they painted the hood, which we are going to be replacing. So yeah, it's a little bit of a wasted paint, but at least it looks good for the drive over to our shop. So yeah, I just quickly stopped here at the shop pretty much to pick up the trim we needed for this car. So I did manage to get that installed as well. So it's looking pretty good actually. We've got all the trim on the fenders as well, around the grille at the front, also here by the trunk and the bezel for the taillights. And then we've also got some coolant and some oil and a can of spray paint with a very specific color code for our customer vehicle we need to work on today. And we also had the windows tinted here, so that is also looking very good. It's not a very dark tint, it's a very light tint. But I actually bought 2 rolls of tint, so we ended up having enough on the one roll to do the whole car's windows. So obviously the windshield isn't tinted. So that is just going to add a little bit of, extra touch to what the car's going to look like at the end of the day. Alright, so let's get this beautiful machine fired up and get it back to our shop so that we can finish off this project today. Hopefully. And then see if we can get it back to Hugo as well. We're just going to make a U-turn here. This is a one-way for some reason. But yeah, we are just going to take a chance quickly and see if we can get past here. And then I will meet you guys back at the shop. So here we go. Alright, so here we are back at our shop. And we are going to pull in. And I think we can pretty much just park off to the side here, because we are going to need some space to move around the car and to do all the last bit of work we need to do. Alright, so let's switch it off and get our handbrake up, and yeah, let's see what this thing looks like. Yeah, that is looking very good. So yeah, I must say this car definitely drives the way it's supposed to now, and it also looks the part. So yeah, for today I've got a couple of things to finish up this car. We need to install the engine over there. And also we need to figure out what we're going to do with this customer vehicle. Because, yeah, it's a very small job actually. So this vehicle was brought in by an old lady this morning. She said that she's just a little bit concerned about this rust on the hood on the side here. So yeah, we're going to be grinding that off and pretty much just doing some touch up on the hood over here. So hopefully that'll be quick. In other news with regards to our Mercedes station wagon over here, we are going to be fixing this up a little bit. So I did get some parts we need, like the floor pan, and also we've got some other bits and pieces over here, like the radiator, the fan, the alternator belt, and some springs. And we will pretty much be taking those wheels off the car. Off Hugo's car and putting it onto our Mercedes. So I'm not too sure if that is going to be something that happens today. It all depends. But we do have these new wheels that Hugo brought. So I just decided to put them in the back of the Mercedes here to keep them safe. So these will be going on his car as well. So yeah, we've got quite a bit of work to do today. So I think let's get cracking and see how we are going to do this. So I think first thing is going to be pretty much to swap out the hood. So let's get our toolbox and get to work. Alright, so we've got the matte black hood fitted, and that is looking much better actually with the little scoop as well. So we pretty much need to do the engine swap next. So what I'm going to do is pretty much just see if we are going to be able to do it where the car is standing, because I believe this should fit directly without any issues. It's pretty much just the exact same type of engine. It's a little bit bigger cubic inches, but it's also got a bit of a meatier carburetor setup with these air cleaners. So it's definitely going to be making a little bit more power than what we currently have in the car. And that is also why I'm going to be servicing the brakes. So we're going to be replacing all the brake pads on all four corners. So yeah, I think first things first is I'm going to take this engine out and see if we can get the new one in. And then, yeah, hopefully we can continue work with the brakes and the wheels. And then I think that should be all we need to do on this car. Right, let's just be sure to grab this fuel line. Where is this fuel line going? All right, we've got it. All right, so let's just set that down there for now. Right, let me get back in here quickly. All right, so we've got that bolt out. There's one, and then the ones on the transmission. And then I think it's just the alternator. There's a wire on the alternator and a earth cable at the back. Okay, we've got that one already. So let's maybe take our exhaust system off first. So we'll just set that down there for now, so that we are able to lift this thing out. All right. So yeah, let's grab this engine quickly. It should just be this one bolt. And there we go. All right, so there's the old engine. So I'm going to check with Hugo what he wants to do with this. Maybe he's got a different car we're going to put it into for him at the later stage. I don't know. It all depends on him. But I will have a chat to him about the motor, because maybe it's something we can use for a future project as well. Maybe offer him some discount on the whole job and maybe keep the engine. All right, let's zip this down. And then we can also get these bolts tightened up. And I think around this side we just need to secure this transmission here and also the bolt on the engine there. Alright, so let me just double check my work quickly. I think everything is snug and tightened down. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, so let's get our fuel line back in. This should go probably somewhere around here. And I dropped it. Alright, let's get it. There we go. Alright, let's bolt this down. Alright, perfect. Let's just have a look at the clearance. Yeah, that is looking pretty decent. Yeah, Hugo has got some good style going on here. Alright, so let's get the exhaust fitted back. Or the mufflers, both of them. Alright, there we go. That is looking very good. Alright, let's get this one back on the car as well. Alright, superb. That is pretty much the engine swap done. I actually thought that was going to take a little bit longer than it did, but yeah, that is not bad. So we will see. Maybe Hugo's going to come and pick these parts up. So we'll just keep it safe for him for the time being. And then, yeah, once he's ready to collect everything, we'll have it all together for him. Right, so up next will be pretty much the wheels and the tires and also the brakes. So we're going to need our floor jack out here. So if we're lucky, we should be able to do pretty much one side at a time. I mean, pick up both the wheels on the right side. So that should work out very nice. Which it does. It doesn't look too bad. And I almost think he's got wheel spacers here at the back. So we will replace those again. We will put them back. So obviously, yeah, these aren't thick wheel spacers, but they make a little bit of a difference. All right, let's get this brake caliper off quickly and see what's cooking with these brakes. I'm pretty sure everything is very good. Yeah, we've got some decent life on these pads. So we can replace it just because we are busy with it. So let's grab the new ones over here. Alright, so let's take this outside. We're going to need our pry tool for this, so let me grab that. Okay, so yeah, we still have decent life of these, so they're not really worn. So we might actually be able to use some of this on our project car over here if we need to, just to make sure the brakes are a little bit better. So I'm going to be putting them on the table there so that I can actually find them again, because these things are so tiny and we don't have any shelves yet. So that is pretty much something we need to get still. Just a little bit of a storage shelf and maybe a table or something, but we actually need a little bit of shelter to work under. So I was thinking of getting a little roof put up here next to the little barn, but I'll have to ask for permission from the garage owner as well. So we will see about that maybe in the near future. But yes, I think this corner is sorted. We just need to pretty much bolt the caliper back, and then yeah, we're gonna grab a wheel from the back of the Mercedes. And then yeah, once we are done, I'll pretty much put all the wheels we have left in the back of our Mercedes again. So these tires are gonna need some air. So we do have our air pump in the toolbox, so that is good. That is pretty much the first tool we bought when we got it back into town, or when we landed into town. And for some reason they painted this arm as well. So yeah, well, just gonna leave it like that. I'm not gonna question it. Alright, did I loosen the right bolts here? No, I probably loosened something else. Okay, let me just make sure I get that tightened back up. Alright, once again, front caliper, we've got some decent pads in this as well. Let's just come and do it on the table here, because everything is here pretty much. Let's just grab this as well. I think it's just going to be safer to work on the table. Alright, so we're going to need front brake pads. Yeah, these aren't too bad. They have been used a little bit. Alright, let's get those put into the caliper over here. Alright, superb. So that is going to go back on the car. So no wheel spacers on this side. Alright, let's go around here and just find this caliper bolt. There we go, we've got it. Right, time for a new wheel on that corner as well. Great stuff. Alright, so let's get this fitted. Yeah, those wheels actually suit the car very nicely. So we should be able to lower it down and then put some air into these tires. Alright, let's get our jack out. Let's grab the air pump. We just find this valve stem over here. It's down here. Alright, let's just make sure we get the correct pressure in these tires. Okay, there we go. That is perfect. And then for this one, alright, and one more. Alright, good stuff. So we are pretty much done with this side of the car. So let's go around to the other side over here. And then I think maybe before we take this car back to Hugo, I'm going to fill the tank with gasoline. I mean, that is just a decent thing to do. Although I don't know how economical this engine would be. But I guess we will find out once we take the road trip with it. Alright, let's start on this corner. I'm going to start at the front here. Just take this wheel off as well. Alright, and then take off the caliper. Alright, that was a little bit stuck, but we got it. Just had to tap it a little bit with my hand. Alright, let's get these pads taken out and replaced. Yeah, all of these pads are just slightly used, so it might have not been really necessary to do this, but I think it's just better to make sure everything is sorted. Alright. And that one, come on, let me just get it in. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's get this zip down in place again. Great stuff. All right, let's get another wheel from our Mercedes over here. Okay, so that is another corner done. And let's move straight over to the back wheel over here. Okay, and we've got a wheel spacer. We'll just put that back on. Alright, and once again, these pads also still look pretty good. So let's just sort this out quickly. Alright. Got another one there. Alright, that is perfect. So let's just grab the last two in this box. And then we'll get these put in. Just like that. Perfect. And let's go get it back on the car. Great stuff. Alright, perfect. Now for the final wheel, and then we just need to air these up and then do a little bit of coolant, and then I think this car is ready to hit the road. But we're just going to quickly figure out the customer vehicle park there, because I told the old lady it should be done by the end of today, so she can come around and pick it up once I give her a phone call. Okay, so I think the last thing to do is pretty much just to air up the tires. So let's bring our toolbox closer while we have got it here. Alright, let's lower this down. Alright, let's put that there. Alright, grab the air pump. Great, last wheel. Just get this one aired up as well. I think that should pretty much do it. Just give it one tap over there. And that is pretty much what this car is going to look like. Yeah, that is looking very good. Let me just get this out of the way so that we don't end up kicking it all over the place. So, yeah, I think let me quickly put this in the back of the Mercedes. It's just going to take me a second. And then we'll just do the fluids, and then everything should be good. Alright, so we are done putting the wheels away. So I think what we can do now is pretty much do the fluids. So let's do the oil and also the coolant. The brake fluid should still be fine. Yeah, that is looking very good. Right, so we don't need to worry about brake fluid. So I think let's start with the engine oil. Get this sorted out first. Alright, so I know from experience these engines take 3 bottles of oil. So we're just going to put all 3 bottles in. And make sure the dipstick shows it and reflects it very well. And then I think we are good to fire this thing up. Alright, so that is the oil sorted. Now we just need to do the coolant, which I don't think it's going to take a lot because we didn't lose as much coolant. So let's just get it topped off, and yeah, then I think we should be good to start this thing up. Alright, so that is coolant sorted and the oil is also sorted. So I think we are pretty much good to start this thing up. So I just want to offload this quickly. So I did buy myself a scraping tool for the window tint as well, if ever we want to remove tint. So then at least we have got that tool, and also we've got our spare roll of window tint, which I can also pretty much put on the table here for now. This table is getting a little bit full, so if it rolls off, it rolls off. But yes, this is pretty much going to be the next thing we do quickly before we start up the car and be on our way, because I still need to fill it with gas. So I think it should start up, so let's quickly do that just to be sure. Alright, it starts up right on the money, so that is pretty much good to go. Alright, so we are going to need a polishing wheel for the angle grinder in order to remove the rust on this vehicle. So I did remember I bought one, but where it is now I'm not sure, because we had a nasty hurricane the other day come past here. It may have blown it away, but luckily it didn't. And also I heard that there are a couple of raccoons sometimes that comes and steal your stuff, so that is also something that can happen apparently. But luckily I haven't experienced that just yet, straight off the bat. Alright, so yeah, this is actually so little rust. I almost feel like it's a little bit of a waste of time, but there we go. I think that matches perfectly. Okay, great stuff. So we've got that job sorted out. So I'm just going to make sure on that quickly. I think that looks very good. I don't think she's going to have any trouble with that rust spot in the near future. So yeah, we are pretty much ready to embark on our journey. So I'm just going to quickly give Hugo a call and see if he is at home, because it might be dark by the time we get back. So might as well pack up everything and be sure to lock up, because yeah, we don't want any of those raccoons coming around and stealing our stuff. There's still a little bit of coolant left in here, so we can pretty much just put that inside. Let's just put it there by the sofa for now. And then our toolbox also needs to be stowed away for now. And I'm not going to worry about the empty bottles outside, but yeah, let me make a phone call quickly to Hugo and to the customer and let them come and pick up the vehicle, and then we can probably be on our way. Alrighty, so here we are. The lady was just around the corner, so she already came and picked up the car. So that has been sorted out, and I did move the car over here to the gas pump. So we're just going to top up the tank and make sure it's all nice and full for when we take it back to Hugo now, because he said he is home, so that is a very good thing. Alright, and then we are going to hopefully negotiate a little bit of a, you know, keeping the tires and maybe even the V8 engine for a better price. So I think maybe, yeah, we could shave a little bit of money off. Alright, I think that should be full, so it wasn't completely empty. So I hope that is going to be at least not going to run out, you know, very quickly. So let's see, we've got a full tank reading on the gauge. So yeah, I think let's hit the road and see if we can get over to Hugo's safe and sound, and also yeah, a little bit quicker than I think, because now we've got a little bit more power under the hood. So this car should shift a little bit by now. So yeah, here we go. Let's give this thing a little bit of a test drive. Alright, so here's Hugo's car back in his garage, and man, this thing drives very nice. It's got a lot of power, and I had to, stop myself because it was getting a little bit of fun around the corners, especially. It was getting a little bit of tail happy, but I must say this thing handles very well, and the power delivery is amazing. I've got no idea what kind of horsepower this engine would produce, but I'm sure Hugo will take it for a dyno at some point and see what it does. So yeah, let's quickly have a look and see if he's here and see what kind of negotiation we are going to run here with him. So yeah, I'll bring you guys back up to speed in a bit. Alright, so that wasn't a very long discussion, only a couple of minutes, but Hugo is very happy with the car. He had a look around it and he thinks it actually came out beautifully. And because we did a little bit of extra work for him as well, he decided to give me something in return, a little bit of money. So at the end of the day, I did give him, a little bit of a discount as well, but he kind of felt bad because we don't have our own vehicle yet that we can drive with. So he actually gave me his old pickup truck. So we obviously know he's got the F100, which I think somebody's borrowing it at the moment, so that's why it's not here. But this is his old F250, which is in very poor condition. And apparently this thing does run, but it doesn't run very great. It's got odd wheels. It's got the wrong tire size at the back here. So there's the wheel that blew. So this is a very nice payment for us. I mean, it's pretty much going to be our first shop truck, and it's going to do very well for us if it's going to be reliable enough. So yeah, this is pretty much the best time to head back home in a pickup truck that's probably got no headlights. At least I hope it's at least got one headlight, so we'll see. But yeah, over and above that, we also get to keep the engine that came out of his Dodge Challenger, as well as the wheels and tires that came off it. And he also said he might have some contact for me about a barn full of parts that we can purchase at a later stage, but he's going to just figure out or find out from the owner of the barn what is happening with that. So yeah, that is going to be very interesting for us. So Hugo is definitely helping us out quite a lot. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to pretty much head back home and hopefully make it there. So I was under the impression I was going to have to phone a cab, and it's going to be a very expensive cab ride because yeah, it's very late at night already. So let's see if this thing is going to start up. Well, it does, and it runs. Doesn't sound too bad. Yeah, I think we're gonna see if this thing is going to make it all the way to the house. So Hugo told me the tire pressures are good at the moment because he airs the tires up every week because they all are leaking. And also he did check the oil and coolant and everything, so it should be good to go. It's just a little bit of a sticky driveway to get out of. Apparently this truck is a little bit down on power. So we're gonna see if it's gonna make it home. So yeah, we are gonna head off on this journey, and let's maybe turn on our headlights. And this engine is quite loud, right? Alright, so I will meet you guys back at the shop. I might have to stop for gas though, but yeah, here we go. And we've got working headlights. Alright, so we are here at the gas station. I did manage to make it this far, and it doesn't seem to have any trouble. So we do have working headlights, and also this rally light or a spotlight also seems to be working, but the other one is completely missing. And the engine sounds very good. It's not very healthy, you can tell, but it's at least running. So we've got some smoke coming out of the exhaust pipe, but it's not that bad. And we've also got some working taillights, so that is definitely a bonus. I'm just a little bit, scared of these tires because, well, this one has got a little bit of thread on it left. These ones are smooth, that one is smooth. So yeah, what I'm thinking is pretty much I need to get tires on this thing, and maybe even if we have to get that engine serviced. But I think for now we're just gonna fill it up with gasoline and probably leave it running. Alright, there we go. I wonder how much this gas tank is gonna take. Alright, so that was about 55 liters. I think I may have spilled a little bit. But yeah, we are gonna make our way back to our shop now. Hopefully we make it. So yeah, wish me luck. So let's get going. Alright, so we made it back to our shop or our cabin safely with this monstrosity, and I must say it's got a lot of work we need to do to it, but it runs nonetheless, and so far it seems to be reliable. And I can't quite tell what is up with this exhaust system on this truck, but it definitely sounds a little bit different. So yeah, maybe drop me some comments down below. What do you think could be the cause of this noise coming from the engine? Or maybe you can comment down below if you think it's a special engine that we've got in this truck. Maybe something that I haven't even seen before. So yeah, there's that. But I think that is going to be pretty much a wrap for this episode. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate every view, every like. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. But yeah, until the next time, hopefully with a rent car free episode. Next time we will be back. Cheerio.